Hi guys, welcome back to my live stream. Today I'm going to be doing a lot because I just made my ramen. Let me show you guys. I'm very proud of my ramen making. I don't know how I'm going to be eating this and be opening my cards with you guys, but the game plan is to talk a little bit about stocks and crypto, you know, my two favorite things in the world when things are going well, like today. And we're going to be opening up two of these Bob Ross Cardsmith cards that has currency cards in it, or not currency cards per se, but they do have crypto in it. At least that's what I've heard. And yeah, my SO bought these for me. Apparently there's just series 1. I don't think there's a series 2, so I'm wondering if it maybe didn't do that well. I don't know, but I thought I like these cards. I think they're cute. There's a bunch that he gave me. I opened up one so far and there was no crypto card in there. So apparently there's supposed to be these gnomes, like you can pull like a grandma gnome or whatever. And if you do get a grandma gnome, which someone posted this on Reddit, it's like 0.001 of a Bitcoin. Anyway, 0.001 of a Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure is like today Bitcoin's at 92,000, which is fantastic. But yeah, 0.001 of a Bitcoin right now, even at 92,000 per Bitcoin, is probably like $92 or something. So I'll still be happy with it though if I pull one of those, just because like I want to collect it. But that would be really awesome if I could get a 1 Bitcoin. I don't know if that's like sister gnome or papa gnome or whatever it would be called. Probably not grandma gnome. Or maybe it is grandma gnome. I don't know, because I've only literally seen one on Reddit. So thank you to the people who post this stuff on Reddit. I don't know anybody else who does this. Like, I just am super addicted to like any blind boxes. Clearly blind figures as well. Got my Eevee over here. Smash the like button for my Eevee. So we're going to open these up. These will be my second and third. Probably won't be getting any crypto, to be honest, in here, but that's the goal. They also have other special like rare cards where when I say like special and rare, it just increases the value, like a special and rare Pokemon card or something like that. Then it would just be valued at more. It doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to sell it. I could just keep it all and hodl for later on. Who knows? Maybe Bob Ross is going to make a comeback. You never know when things are going to make a comeback. Who knew that gold just like, I feel like when gold went up during the pandemic, because anytime there is uncertainty in the market, or at least that's what all the financial podcasts say, anytime there's financial uncertainty, usually gold goes up is the saying. But again, never financial advice on my channel, entertainment purposes only. I remember gold was up a lot. I don't even know honestly how much per ounce back then. I think it was like it was like getting close to 3,000. It didn't even hit 3,000. People were like freaking out, like, oh my God, gold's going to crash, it's going to crash. And that was like during the pandemic time. And then it just kind of stayed silent a bit because everything dropped, like crypto dropped, stock market didn't do too well. 2022 honestly was just trash. So 2022, everything was kind of like not good. And you don't really hear much about gold. And I honestly didn't think it was going to blow up this much, like right now in 2025. But then again, we have Trump. So I don't know. He's giving everybody whiplash. At least I personally feel like just like an average person, like every other day, there's something major going on in the news. And because I pay attention to the stock market and the crypto market, it's just more crazy. I feel like it's just left and right. It's every day is a roller coaster. Yesterday in the stock market, didn't do too well. I bought like a mini little bit of Tesla. I'm trying to buy like more Tesla dips. Hi there, welcome. And I'm glad that I did, because today, who knew that we're just gonna like be all the way, not all the way up, but today's a pretty good day. Today's a pretty good day for the stock market and the crypto market. Everything's just kind of up. Anyways, I just want to talk like about a billion things, but do you see how it's like it's literally steaming right now because I just cooked it. I want to taste it because I don't want it to be like all soggy later when I'm done my stream, but I want to open up cards and I'll enjoy my noodles completely. We just live in a wacky time. Like, oh, this is perfect. This is so good. I hate it when like I overcook my noodles. That's the worst. You know, when you like make instant ramen and you leave it in cooking for too long. I like it when it's like, I don't know if can you use the word al dente? Like I use al dente for like pasta, but I don't know if you can say that about your instant ramen. I'll just use it anyways. But I like it when there's like that chew for like pizza, pasta, instant ramen. I don't like it when it, like anything is too soggy, honestly. Really, really good. Anyways, it's just like some random like Chinese grocery store ramen that I bought. It's not even like super branded. Look at that noodle pull. And what I do, I highly recommend. I don't know if you guys can see in here, but it looks like kimchi. It's not. It's just that the sauce for the instant ramen was already red. And it's like a really spicy seafood ramen. What I do is I put like filtered water in for just cut Napa. Is it like Napa? I think cabbage. Anyways, so I cut this vegetable. I use my scissors, so it's like less cleaning up work, like on a chopping board and stuff. So I just cut it and then I put it in my strainer. I wash it and then I cook the Napa first in filtered water. And then when your Napa is like all soft, that's when you throw in the instant ramen, and then that's when you put in the powder. And if it's too spicy, which I've had this before, it's like a little too spicy, so I just put in like 2/3 of the spicy pack instead of all of the spicy pack. And then because it's not going to be salty enough, I just pour some soy sauce on it right before it's done. Anyways, one more bite and then I'm going to open up my Bob Ross cards. So good. It's perfect. Actually, it's really good right now, but by the time I finish opening up these cards, which I feel like I've gotten really fast at these. I feel like the more cards you open, the more you do something, like the better you get at it. At first, like it took me like an hour to open up 2 packs, but I'm pretty sure I could do this in like maybe 20 minutes if I talk less. But yeah, gold. Had I known that gold was gonna do this well, man, it's crazy how some people just know these things. So last year I was in China. I was visiting family, and I have this addiction whenever I'm in China. Like I love buying gold. Like I don't own any gold bars, unfortunately, because I'm an idiot and I didn't buy any gold bars. Like, why did I not buy gold bars? You know, why wasn't I born like 50 years ago? Anyways, I have this addiction anytime I'm in Asia to buy gold, like gold, 24K gold jewelry, because if you've ever been to China or anywhere in Asia, really, like especially China, you'll see that their jewelry standards and how they buy and sell gold is so different from America. Like in America, I know you have like pawn shops and like Vegas and whatever. You can like buy and sell like watches and gold, and you can kind of see that in some of the malls, but it's not like that common, like as common as it is in Asia. Whereas like if you walk into a fancy mall, right? Like if you go to a fancy mall in Shanghai, which is like one of the biggest cities, like it's a super city in China. If you go into Shanghai, any of the major malls, and then you see their gold shops, there's tons of it where they sell jewelry. You go into their jewelry shops where they sell like 24 karat gold. You can actually buy the gold, and then like the next day, or like I don't know, in a few years, some companies actually allow you to. And one of the companies called Chow Tai Fook. This bracelet is actually from them. So this is 24K. This is what 24K gold looks like, by the way. It's like very yellow. It's like more yellow than 18K gold. So from that company, you can buy gold, and then literally like if I go fly to China right now, I could take this bracelet, which is 24K gold, and I can give it to them and tell them like I would like to sell it for cash. And then they would do their calculation. If I agree upon it, then they would end up giving me the cash for the gold. Obviously, there's going to be fees involved, and there's fees obviously that I pay for when I buy the gold. Like it's based, like to create this, they usually base it on the price of gold and also the craftsmanship. So you kind of like deduct all of those things and the fees. Then afterwards, you guys decide upon a price, and I basically can walk away with cash. Like you're not going to do that with like, there's no such thing as that in the US. There's no such thing as buying something from Tiffany or Cartier and then the next day or next year walking in and being like, hey, can you take it back? Can you take it back and then like let me get cash for it? No, because also Cartier and Tiffany does not sell 24K gold stuff. So anyways, fun fact for you guys. But when I was in Shanghai last year in summer, I bought like jewelry that's 24K gold. Some of it is 18 gold, but I really, really like buying 24K gold stuff because they pretty much, at least the store clerks tell me it's like verified by the government. Like no one's going to mess with you here. So I've never bought anything from like a major brand, very well-known brand in Shanghai, like in China, and then have it tested and then it turned out to be fake. Like that's never happened to me. So if you've ever heard of stories like that, let me know, but that's never happened to me. But if it did, I would then go to the store and be like, WTF. So it's very well trusted. At least most people who live in China, like they buy it for value, right? To hold the value. And I remember like in the summer, July, I don't know the pricing by like, I think that at that time in US terms, it was probably like 2,000 something per ounce. But I remember the store clerks there, like at one of the Chow Tai Fook stores, this lady was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm buying it at pretty high prices, because they like pretty much tell you the prices of gold like on the spot. Whenever you're buying, when you're shopping, it'll show like usually there's a digital display about the prices of gold on that day, and then how much they would give you if you were to trade in your gold, and how much it is for like, I don't know if it's gold bars or buying solid gold, not jewelry pieces. They have like all these prices up. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm buying it on such an expensive day in July of 2024. And she was like, well, we have this old man that came in and he believes that the price is going to near double by the end of the year. Now, of course, it did not near double by the end of the year. But if you think about July to now, it's going to be almost like a full year. And yeah, the prices are pretty much like they have nearly doubled. So I don't know how this guy knew this. I don't know if maybe he like works in the markets or something like that, or he has some financial background, but it's just kind of crazy to me. But I wish that I actually bought more. I feel like I bought a lot of stuff because I don't have like endless money. So out of the little money that I have, I feel like I bought as much as I could. But now I'm just thinking like, man, I wish I bought more. And like my family was like making fun of me. They were like, oh my God, why are you buying like so much stuff? You're buying it like literally at the top. You're buying gold jewelry, like 24K gold jewelry at the top, girl. Like you're wasting your money. Sorry, I'm just filling my water tank. And yeah. So I guess you never know. They could have been right, and I could have bought it at the top and it could be like down 20-30% or more. But I think I got it at a pretty good price, and now like everything's almost nearly doubled. So this was, I think, like maybe after I convert it like under 1,500 USD. I think now would be like well over $2,000 USD. Yeah, because today the price of gold I think hit a new all-time high. Yeah, April 22nd, 2025. This is just looking at gold prices. It was, I think it hit like 3,500, right? Or sorry, this is gold futures, but it hit 3,500. And right now I think it's at 33.84. And it's crazy to me because I swear like literally last month when gold was making the news, or whenever it was at 3,100, there was like these experts coming out saying that they believe it's going to hit 3,400. And now here we are already at like 3,500. So it's absolutely insane. Can confirm having been to the Philippines many times, lots of jewelry in their malls. Slain 2035 says, oh, I've never been to the Philippines. That's so exciting. I really want to go. I feel like I would be really happy in the Philippines because I like the food. And I really like the snacks. Like I think Philippines, what is one of the things that the products that I buy here? Philippine mangoes. Yes, that's really, really good. You can get it at Costco sometimes. Now everything's so overpriced. Like it hurts me to buy dry mangoes. Like even at Trader Joe's, it's not like the Philippine brand. It's not from the Philippines, but even Trader Joe's dry mangoes, that's like I'm pulling out like $5. I was gonna say 500. $5 for like a tiny little pack of mangoes. It's so sad, but I love it. I love it. If you've never tried dry mangoes, you don't know what I'm talking about. Please try some because they're so delicious. But yeah, I don't have any gold bars or anything, but whoever has gold bars and they like bought it last year is probably laughing right now. And that just, again, I think is a great reminder to all of us, just the key of diversity, because not only do you have to diversify, like have stocks, have crypto, and also have gold, you also have to diversify within the category of you diversifying, because let's say you bought crypto, like I bought a lot of Dogecoins in 2020. I wish I had diversified and held, because I did diversify. I did have other cryptocurrencies, but it was way off. Like it was like 90% of Dogecoin at one point and like 10% of Ethereum and like random stuff. So yeah, I think like not only do you have to diversify, which is already what everybody tells you to do, but you also have to diversify within that specific niche that you're in or category that you're in, which is, if I could go back in time, I would have bought way more Bitcoin in 2020, and I would have bought way more Ethereum, and I would have not sold any. I would have just diamond handed. But again, that's like talking about 5 years ago, and nobody knows the future. All I know is, or the trajectory that I believe we're on, is there is going to be someone else that is going to be saying the exact same thing of what I just said right now about 5 years later. So I think someone's going to make the same mistake that I already made in 2020, 10 years later. And then they're going to be like, or 5 years later. And they're going to be like, oh my God, I wish I held on to my Ethereums or Bitcoin or Dogecoin. Because I personally believe that all of that is just going to go higher, 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 higher Of course, I could be wrong, so that's why it's not financial advice. Entertainment purposes only. And recently I saw an interview with Warren Buffett. I don't know if it's like, can't memorize like all of the different news outlets. It definitely wasn't Fox. I don't think it started with a C. Might have been CNBC or something else. But he actually went on there to talk about, I think, an old friend of his. I think she was the wife of the guy who owned the Washington Post or the Wall Street Journal. Honestly, I forgot. It's whoever outed the Watergate situation. I forgot if it was Wall Street Journal or Washington Post, one or the other. So do your own DD. And she is the wife of the guy, I think he passed away, that originally owned that like news outlet. And he was talking about her because she's passed away, and this is more about like for her memory. He very much respected her and they were good friends. But then the interviewer asked him like what he thinks about right now. Does he talk to Elon Musk? And I think he said he here and there will talk to Elon Musk. He didn't give away too much about the market because I think the interviewer wanted him to say like, okay, what do you think about what is going to happen? And I don't think he wants to like share his viewpoints on it. Maybe legalities, I don't know. But he did say that he thinks things are just going to go. Prices are going to go up. Like he's like, prices are going to be more expensive. 3 years from now, 6 years from now, 10 years from now. And that to me is just a clear sign of whether you think he's talking about prices as in just inflation, generally everything like from eggs to milk to your bowl of noodles, right, at a restaurant. I think he means that, but I also feel like if you believe in that, then inevitably the prices of stocks could also follow that path of just becoming more and more expensive. And then the same goes with crypto. At least I like to interpret it that way because I feel like when people talk, just like watching a movie, everybody can interpret it into a different way because it's kind of vague. So yeah, I like to believe that is a future path that we are on, and hence why I will always stay invested, even though I have to sell a lot of my like stocks and crypto before the end of this year. At least that's my game plan, because I would like to own property. That is more of my goals right now than anything else. But even so, I will try to make money and keep investing in towards the future. I remember those 2021 Lucy streams. I know. How can it not be fun though? It's always a good time when, something you buy at less than 10 cents goes to 75 cents. Anything like even at 5x, and again, I feel like hopefully you guys learn from my mistakes. I just feel like when you're in the moment, like when things are going that well, I don't think about the downfall. And now I think I'm different, or at least I like to think I'm different. If I was ever lucky enough to get like 10x in my portfolio, right? Or if I was ever lucky enough to surpass my old all-time high for my portfolio, it was just numbers. Like I never actually cashed out at the all-time high because then I would be way better off, right? Because I think at one point, if I did cash out, the numbers in my account was like 2.6 million. But then if I paid after I have to pay my taxes and I pay my taxes, it would be like short-term capital gains. And it would have been like, let's just say give or take like around 50%. So then I would have been left with 1.3 million. But anyways, the way I see it is if I could be lucky enough to surpass that, let's say I have $3 million or $4 million in my portfolio one day, I would totally hit that sell button. And I like to think that I would, just because when it did happen to me in 2021, I didn't appreciate it enough. And I also was in this like cloud nine bubble where I'm like, oh, it could go higher. Not as much appreciating and thinking about all of the things that could go wrong in life. And then it did go wrong. And then in 2022, everything came crashing down. I'm sure it didn't even take that long, to be honest. So yeah, that was one of my greatest life lessons. And then also just to, I guess, remember when you have great days, don't forget that rainy. That's kind of pessimistic, but I feel like when you have great days, you should also know you don't know when your rainy days come. That's why people say save for a rainy day, because you don't really know when it's happening. Okay, so this is my first card. We got I just opened up one of the booster packs and there's 10 in there. So this is my first 5 cards. It says, and the more that you point, the more that you're able to visualize. You really can learn to be creative as you paint. It's like anything else. It just takes a little practice. Ooh, okay, so this is just a regular card. We can get puzzle cards. Like I got puzzle cards last time, so you get like different pieces of the puzzle. You're still holding Shiba. Oh my God. I remember when I held so much Shiba. Shiba is one of those things where, like, I don't know. I feel like Shiba Inu, I jumped in late when everyone was like, when I was doing my live streams talking about Dogecoin, I could have been early into Shiba Inu because people were like, buy Shiba Inu, toss all your Dogecoin, buy Shiba Inu. And then I was like, get out of here. Like, I don't care about Shiba Inu. And that was the time that I should have bought because it was low. And then when I did decide to go and join everybody and buy, I was way too late. Because like at that point, I think Shiba Inu already like, if not 10x, then at least 3x or something. I was buying it way too high. So that was totally my fault. But who would have known, right? Like I would have felt really dumb though if I did jump into Shiba Inu with all my Dogecoins and then Dogecoin went to like, I don't know, $3, which to this day right now, okay, like I know Dogecoin's only like, okay, actually let's look at the price right now. We did pretty good. Today was a pretty good day overall. On my Robinhood right now, it's showing it's up 28% for Dogecoin. Yeah. Or not up. Oh, sorry, it's not up 28%. But it was up a lot today, right? Oh, it went from 16 to 18. Oh, oops. I'm going to fix my title. It went from 16 cents to 18 cents. So it's up like 12% today. Actually, this is more accurate. I'm going to go on my global crypto market cap. Right now, we're almost at 3 trillion. The global crypto market cap is at 2.91 trillion. Bitcoin's been down under 90,000 for way too many days. And today, it finally was up 5.5% in the last 24 hours. And it is currently back to 92,994. I really, really want Bitcoin to hit at least 100,000 because that to me is more of like a bullish sign. But the overall fear and greed index is currently in the neutral, which is not bad. Ethereum is at, oh my God, it's at 1,800. I'm so happy. I bought the dip on Ethereum. So anyways, Ethereum is doing really good. It's up 14.36%. But ETH needs to like 5x at this point because in 2021 when Bitcoin and Ethereum both hit their all-time highs, at that point Bitcoin obviously it hit to 69,000. That was the all-time high, and the dominance you can find on CoinMarketCap, it was pretty close. Like obviously Bitcoin's obviously always been number 1 and ETH number 2, but Bitcoin is currently at 63% dominance and Ethereum's at 7%. Like that's just embarrassing. But Dogecoin today is also like Ethereum up 14%. It's currently at it's at 18 cents. I want Dogecoin to hit like the 30-cent range. Obviously during the summertime, Dogecoin was at like 48 cents and I didn't sell like an idiot. Now I totally regret it again. Obviously seeing Dogecoin recently having fallen to like the likes of 15 cents. Yeah, that was terrible. So yeah, just backtracking and just looking back at the moves you could have done, you're probably going to have a bunch of regrets. But you never know. It's just you do your best in trading. That's all you could do. We don't know the future. So this is the Bob Ross encourage people to find perspective as they painted. Sometimes when you're doing this, step back from the canvas and look. It's very hard to see when you're up close. When he did this, he was able to balance the different subjects in his paintings, the moon, the water, and the lighthouse. About the lighthouse, he said, we'll just lay a little bit of yellow in here, just to indicate nice light. The old lighthouse keepers got it going good tonight. Got his light burning. The same could be said about Bob. So this is called Nightlight. Painting reference 308. A painting tip is use the knife to put in the water line under the moon. Keep your water line as straight as possible. Use a mixture of titanium white and cadmium yellow for your water. I was very specific. I'm not like, I like painting, but I paint with like literally the primary colors. I'll buy like the primary colors and I'll just mix it up myself, but I don't have like a lot of paint arsenal. Ooh, this one's nice. Evening at sunset. By the way, that card we just read, I felt was pretty philosophical. Like you could apply that to like everything. You could apply that to like the zoom out, like when in doubt, zoom out when you're talking about like crypto or stocks. Because You can't just look at it in like the 5-day chart or the 1-month chart, right? Or like the 1 year, 3-year chart. You really should look out to the maximum if you can, or at least like the 5 years. And that's what I feel like when I feel bad and when I feel down about some of my like stock positions or crypto positions, I like to zoom out. And sometimes you get a better idea of life when you zoom out. And I do that with like my own life. Like sometimes I have like 3 bad days in a week and I'm like, oh my God, I hate my life. And then I zoom out and I think about a lot of the other bad days that I had that I overcome. And I'm like, these couple of bad days are not even as bad as the previous ones. This one's called Evening at Sunset. And it says, when you buy your first tube of paint, Bob Ross would say, you get an artist's license. And that license says you can do anything that you want to do on this canvas. Maybe not anywhere else, but on this canvas, your artist's license gives you complete freedom. Bob believed in the power of creativity and freedom to create a world of beauty. And he believed in you. What will you do with your artist's license? Oh my God, it's so deep. Bob used the fan brush to add the small background trees along the horizon. He used a mixture of midnight black, alizarin crimson, and Fatahalo blue. Man, seriously, there's a lot of writing behind these cards, more than the currency ones. Power creativity. Ooh, that's a nice card. Oh my God, I hope this is like a really rare one. Probably not though, because this is like do you call this like a rainbow foil or something? It says you can move mountains, rivers, trees. You can determine what your world is like. Oh, this is a really nice card. I like it. I think it's just pretty. That's like a collectible. Okay, this one is a black waterfall, which is nice. It's puzzle card 1 of 9, but I feel like I already have one of these from my last pack of booster box that I opened up last time. So, all right, 5 down from the first booster box. Now I'm going to open up the, why am I going upside down? Okay, whatever. Now I'm going to open up the next 5 of the 10. If I've read it before, then I'll just skip it. But I do like the writings at the back. I think it makes it more meaningful. But I wonder if maybe it didn't do that well just because they don't have series 2. But like the currency ones I know are really popular. That's why they have 4 series out right now. And then I think the currency Cardsmith cards, trading cards. Why is it so hard? Okay, maybe I should have opened it from the top. But the currency ones, they keep coming out with more. I don't know when the series 5 is going to come out. Foil before was 15 on eBay. Oh, thank you. Only fulls. Thank you so much. Oh, nice. I just like the art for that one though. This one. Are we talking about this one, right? $15 on eBay. Yay. I don't really know how much like my SO paid for one of these. I don't even know how much one of these go for like online because I don't think they're selling it anymore. I feel like they're old. I don't know. I need to ask him. But I feel like he tells me that the currency ones that he gave me are like, I think at least a $35 a pack when he bought it. But then I think it got sold out. So it's worth a lot more for like one booster pack. I figure the Bob Ross ones can't be more than $35 a pack, right? At least I don't think they are. Let me know. But if I had to pick, I do like the currency ones more just because like I like learning about like money stuff, finance, history. But this is really nice. It's like very relaxing. Oriental Falls. Bob Ross used to get letters from people asking, how in the world do you come up with the ideas for new paintings? A lot of the times when I'm trying to develop a new painting, I'll start out with just a blank canvas and I'll begin to play on it and sort of let the creative process happen. I give names to the little trees and sort of make friends with them. Of course, people look at you like you're a little strange, but that's okay. Painters are expected to be different. Don't be afraid to experiment. Just let your imagination take you to any place that you want to go. Because this truly is your world here. Painting reference 2506. Painting tip, Bob used the 2-inch brush and a little bit of thinner to create a misty effect on the bottom of the trees. Tap the 2-inch brush with very little thinner on it at the bottom of the trees. It will react with the liquid clear and give it a cool effect. This is nice. It does look like some type of Asian art. I didn't know he did like Oriental style art. I thought he was all about the, I don't know, more like American style, these ones. This is called Lakeside Cabin. Bob Ross implored you. Sorry, not Bob Ross explored you. Bob Ross implored you to Just let your imagination go crazy, he said. Just think like a cloud. Just float around the sky. Have a good time. That's all. Now, when you are doing this, just sort of relax and be calm and peaceful. Enjoy your life. This really, really should bring you a lot of good feelings here. Should make you happy. Paintings should really make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, then you are doing the thing wrong. Painting tip, Bob used the 1-inch brush to make his clouds on this painting. Use tiny circular strokes to shape the clouds, allowing some to flow right off the canvas. It's a pretty one. This is like very classic American looking, in my opinion. Woo! Carrie saw it. This is Twilight Beauty. I like the name because I like the movie Twilight. I don't care. It says Bob Ross encourages audience to not be afraid and to try new things. Anybody can do this. In your world, you put any color or any shape that you want. Painting is a very individual thing. Everybody will see nature through different eyes. And that's the beauty of it. You can point any world that you want here. Oh, sorry. You can paint any world that you want here. Any world that you want. Quote, and each painting will teach you something. Learn from it. As long as you learn from an experience, then it's not wasted. It's not wasted. It's only wasted when you accept it as failure, and we don't have any failure here. We don't have any. It's against the rules. In Bob's world, that's against the rules. I feel like he said this. I'm gonna really, like, this guy really, I don't know what he ate for breakfast or how he can stay this positive every day. But he's kind of like, his vibe, like, it's giving SpongeBob. Like the way that these quotes are running, it's reminding me of like SpongeBob. It's almost too happy. Bob used the blender brush to give the snow a very silky, soft look. So, these are like quotes. I feel like these are actually from him. By the way, thanks, guys. Thank you guys for those of you guys that have subscribed, smash the like button. If this is your first time here and you think this is really weird, it's because I am really weird. I have about 5,000 videos here, multiple different playlists. Definitely check it out if you have the time. And I appreciate you. Okay, so secluded bridge. This looks a little oriental too. Bob Ross was able to find connection between humanity and nature as he crafted his paintings. His sensitivity to this is one of the reasons people love him so much. Trees grow every which way, he said. Some of them have little kinks in them. They're like people. Everybody's different. Trees are different. Let them be individuals. Let them have personalities. He would know, wouldn't he? Bob was definitely an individual with personality to spare. Painting tip, use the oval brush to create the leaf clusters to the branches of the tree with cadmium yellow and sap green. Don't overdo the leaves. Remember to leave some dark. Okay, this is just making me want to like paint. Even though I'm talking about like stocks and crypto and gold. I actually just want to paint. I'll do painting. I'll do like a painting video eventually when I can, like, I don't really have space. I would have to like set up an easel or whatever. I don't have one to paint. Scenic seclusion. Bob Ross learned as he painted and wanted those who he was teaching to do the same. He would describe this experience as he worked. As you paint these, you begin to see things in them. That's both scary and awesome. Don't fight that when it happens. All you need is just a basic idea in your mind of what you want. But when things happen, enjoy them. They're little gifts. They're little gifts or big gifts. Bob's painting lessons and observations on life continue to be a big gift to all of us. Painting tip: to highlight the trees and bushes, first dip the 1-inch brush into some liquid white before going into the greens and yellows. I like this one. I like the red and the yellow and like the nice little, I don't know if that's sunrise or sunset in the backdrop. All these are really, really beautiful. Imagine creating all of this as Bob Ross. Okay, so that was one booster pack. Returning OG viewer. I love it when you guys come back and are still here since 2020. That's crazy to me. Oh, wait. Yeah, I started my videos before I started to talk about finance. Like my first video, when I was doing YouTube, technically again, I'm like in and out of YouTube. Like ever since I was a kid, I tried it. Like when I was a teenager, I tried to do YouTube, and then I thought it was like cringe, embarrassing, and I got rid of all of it, and I truly regret it because at that time there weren't nearly as much competition. I could have just kept going with it and probably have more like subscribers than I do now if I went at the same rate as I do now. But I gave up on it when I was young, and then I started it like later in life. And yeah, when I first started it again, I was just doing like I think like I started with like a fitness video. I had lost like 15 pounds, and I was like, this is how I did it. Blah 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 blah. And actually, recently, 5 years later, I did lose like 15 pounds again, but then I gain it back. I'm like a balloon. I just like I expand and I contract. Yeah, now I'm avoiding scales phase where like I just don't want to know how much I weigh anymore because I just went and ate like everything in sight after I lost the weight, which is like a serious problem. I need to like work out again because I don't like my arms right now, and like yeah, I'm not even gonna show you my tummy, very bloated. But I need to fix that because I feel like you have to try and do like be well-rounded in every aspect, and I don't like when I can't control my fitness. I feel like I can't do well in controlling my traits. Like you probably can, because I've seen people who don't care about like going to the gym or fitness or what they eat, and they do pretty well financially. For me, I just like to try to win at every aspect. Try to win. So sometimes I fail. The old mill. Be brave. Just drop it in. Bob Ross wasn't just about painting. He was about finding joy in the experience of making something. And he didn't want you to be scared or overly cautious and trapped within your own thoughts. He wanted you to be bold, to make things in the spirit of fun and excitement and joy. Bob would tell you that you could do it because he knew you could do it. Find your joy and your courage. As he said, that's your challenge for the day. Painting tip. Bob used the knife to scrape out the basic shape of the structure and then fill it in with Van Dyke brown. So Bob sounds like a great parent. My parents never really told me I could do anything that I wanted to. But I'm gonna try and just talk like him to my future children, I hope. Ooh, I think I already have this card. Yeah, I think I got this one before. Blue Moon. I'll show you guys the back in case you want to. I'm getting a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna speed through this so I can eat my ramen. Woo! Okay, I think this is a good card, right? This is number 60. I don't try to understand everything in nature. I just look at it and enjoy it. Lovely quote. Lovely, lovely quote. I feel like he has more quotes than like Warren Buffett. I mean, Warren Buffett has a lot. What is that? Is that Bob Ross, but like a machine Bob Ross? They don't know what this is. It's pretty awesome, but it's like I don't know what this is. I don't try to understand everything in nature. I just look at it and enjoy it. It's pretty sick, right? I like it. It's like AI Bob Ross. He's like painting, but he's like an AI. I love it. Speaking of AI, so in California, in Santa Monica, my friend passed by, I think like a Tesla store, and I'm pretty sure it was Santa Monica, and she took a picture of is it Optimus? I don't know if they call it Optimus anymore, but it's whatever. It's a Tesla robot thing. And it's not for sale yet, but they said that eventually it will be for sale, obviously. And I don't know how much it's going to be. I think the store person didn't tell her how much because he probably doesn't even know. But I am praying that anybody, preferably Tesla. I would like to buy a Tesla robot because my theory on this is kind of like what Elon Musk and what Kathy Wood has said at one point in one of these interviews. Technically, all those Teslas out there, like all those Teslas that you see, they're kind of little, they're not a real, it's like a moving robot or data collector is kind of how I interpreted what they said. And the way I understand it is the more Teslas that are on the roads, they are recording with their cameras on all angles, and they can take that data and like driver user data to make a better robot. Like I would rather trust a robot in my home that if I buy it to do my dishes or hopefully clean the floors and whatever and fold my laundry. I don't know if I wanted to cook me food because that's questionable, but if I wanted to do my chores, I'd rather it to be trained off of, I hope, a data pool source that had that much information going in from all the cars that drive out there every day. But anyways, I would love to pay for it. I pray it's gonna be like under $40,000 per robot. I hope. I mean, preferably it's like under $20,000, but I'd totally be down. I don't think it's gonna be under even $25,000 though, because I don't think the average person is going to be able to like buy it or afford it, and nor do they want to sell it for like really, really, really cheap, because obviously Tesla's got to make money. And that's why I believe in Tesla stock. Forest Dawn. Oh, this is like nice and purple. When Bob Ross paints the sun shining so sparkly in a painting like this one, it reminds him of being a young child. Boy, that's a nice place to take your shoes off and just sort of run through there barefooted, he says. I grew up in Florida. I didn't even wear shoes to school, believe it or not. What kind of school did he go to that you didn't have to wear shoes? Okay, anyways, he's like, I was in about the 6th grade before I wore shoes to school because it was nice and warm and you didn't have to put on shoes. There we go. Painting tip. Bob applies black gesso. I think I'm pronouncing all these paint stuff wrong. To the canvas, then let it dry. Next, he applies transparent blue and crimson, and because they are transparent oil paints, you can't see them until liquid white is applied over them. Oh, I didn't even know there's translucent paints. Then the color comes alive. Absolutely shine. Beautiful. I mean, I can't really tell from this card like where the translucent paint is, but that's pretty neat. That's a little painting tip that I was reading to you guys. A different time. No, but like, why would you not wear your shoes to school? Like, I don't know. Did he like live right next to door to the school? Because I didn't live next door to my school. So if I were to go to school barefooted, I would be stepping on a whole bunch of rocks and questionable things on the floor. And that's just not good. $29 that one. Oh my gosh, the one that looked like an AI looking Bob Ross. Yay. Okay, not bad, not bad. Actually, let me search. Like, I'm gonna go and see how much Bob Ross Cardsmiths cards are. All right, Google. Well, someone sell like, oh, you could buy this on Amazon, I guess. The pack that I'm opening right now, I see someone selling it on TikTok Shop, and then there's someone on Amazon for $25. So I don't know if that was the MSRP price, but basically I see a pack of this right now on Amazon for like $25. So I guess I pulled like the whole value of an entire pack just now with that AI one. Yay. Okay, this one's called Aurora's Dance. Ooh, I like the name. I really, really want to see Aurora Borealis. Like that's I don't know if anyone here has seen it, but that's like my bucket list #1 item, even though I've never really put away any money to make it happen, as I have other like planned trips with family that I want to like go on. But this is like my personal dream. Like I feel like if I did this, a part of me is just going to feel very satisfied. Like I made my 10-year-old dream come true. So when I found out about it when I was like around 10, I'm like, how did I not see this? Why don't I live there? Aurora, decent luck. Yay. Okay, I'm glad. I mean, I never really had anybody tell me what the value of the last pack. Like I only opened one pack my first time last time, but I don't think that one had anything really cool. I really like the AI card. So it's nice to see that like I like the art and it's valuable. So maybe there is something to it. Like when these cards are just like made nice, that's how people all end up buying or hiking up the price. So Aura's Dance. Bob Ross lived in Alaska for a while. Oh, I didn't know that. And found a lot of his inspiration there. Quote, now to me, the Northern Lights are one of the most gorgeous phenomena that happens in nature, he said. As I say, I lived for 2 years in Anchorage and then nearly 10 years right outside of Fairbanks, Alaska, in a little town called North Pole. And we used to go out at night. Jane and I did. And we would watch the Northern Lights, and they're the most gorgeous sights imaginable. Okay, I'm not going to read the painting tip here because it's just really long. So you can read that if you want to and you paint. I feel like I am taking in, like, even though I feel like I read some of these painting tips and it's like going in and out like really quickly because I'm not painting right now, but I feel like everything that we read and consume, like whether it's through like a short video, a long video, a podcast, or a book, I feel like it does do something to your brain. Like I think some things that you think you didn't memorize it could pop up later when you're doing something else. So I hope that some of these painting tips strike when I'm painting in the future. But I like this one. I like Aurora's Dance. Okay. Woo. All right, last one. Oh my god, I just really, really want a gnome card. But it's so weird that like the way they advertise these packs is insane, because how would you ever think there's any crypto in here to be had? Because it doesn't say the word crypto at all. It just says get all 60 base cards, chase down variants, and enjoy special surprise cards as well. But obviously, if you, like I said, if you go on Reddit, you can see there are some special cards that is like a gnome. And that's what I want. I want grandma gnome. Or I don't know if there's baby gnome. Oh yeah, the beeps is my water machine. I was heating up water with my little Hello Kitty water. Woo! And success with painting leads to success with many things. It carries over into every part of your life. That's so lovely. I like this one of him. This is like, it's like a sketch looking one of him. It's not like shiny though, but it's a nice card. Ooh, the footbridge. I feel like I already have this card. I think I opened this one up the last time when I did my first one. Ooh, okay, I have 2 shiny cards. I can see it. And the more that you paint, the more that you're able to visualize. You really can learn to be creative as you paint. It's like anything else. It just takes a little practice. Ooh, this one's cool. I like it. Still, the Machine Bob Ross one is still my favorite, but this one's quite nice. Like, I don't know what these are called, like different foils or different shines to the card. Some of the shiny ones are better than the others. Like I like this type of glowy aura shine more than the one that's more of just like a rainbow. I don't know. It's my personal taste. Okay. There is no gnomes in here. It's okay. There's a scenic seclusion. Ooh. Oh, wait. Don't we already have this one? I swear we do. We do have this one. Maybe the edge is different. We already got that one. Okay, last one. You can move mountains, rivers, trees. You can determine what your world is like. This is a nice card. This is not shiny, but it's a lovely card. Wow, that's so epic. I'm assuming that he did paint that, but this is like a piece of him drawing that. I wonder if Bob Ross ever drew something like this, like a painting of himself painting. I don't know. I wish he did. Anyways, guys, so that's all of it. My favorite one is definitely the robot. Yeah, Bob Ross one. But still no gnomes, but it's okay because I have like, I'll show you. Oh, wait, no, I put it like in a closet. But I have at least, let me think. I think I have like at least 7 or 8 more of these packs. So I'll definitely be making more videos. Oh, okay, cool. Maybe if it's not there, only fulls, then hopefully it's worth even more. Anyways, guys, well, let's end the video with looking at the crypto market. And I guess I'm going to give my little theory on this, and I'll look back and see if I guessed it right. I personally, even though everyone is really, really afraid that we're going to go into a recession, and I'm not going to lie, let me know in the comments if you're late to this video or if you're here right now, how things are like for you and your state and like the friends around you or family. But I have definitely heard of more job losses recently. So I do think people are losing their jobs, but it's weird because the housing market is not really dropping. At least I don't feel like it is in SoCal. But I have learned through like 2020 to 2025, just watching all these like financial podcasts and stuff, that usually housing drops slower than like the stock market, the crypto market, and really inflation and everything else. Like it's like everything has to hit before the housing prices crash in a sense, because it just takes time for like a house to be out there, and like maybe it's out there 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, and then longer than it generally is out there for. And then people are realizing, these agents and these sellers are realizing like, oh my gosh, it's not selling, let's like lower the price, and then you lower the price more. So I think that does take like a little bit more time. But yeah, people are losing jobs. I do feel like it's weird because the housing market is still quite way too expensive. I mean, it's just gonna be way too expensive, period. But whatever. Um, and everyone is saying that we are most likely going to go into like a really bad recession, and there's a lot of people like obviously going on television like trying to freak out everybody, and that happens like all the time. So I don't know, I think I'm just like really numb to it now, where I'm like, if you see a very established or wealthy person or somebody that works in wealth management like go on the news, and just because they're like, I'm so scared, I'm like, things are so terrible, it's never been this bad, trust me, someone else has said that before them. So it's like one of those things where like eventually someone will be right, because if you keep saying like it's doomsday, like you keep saying everything's going to fall apart, like one of these days the stock market is going to fall apart, because that's how the stock market works. It does not go up every day. It literally has to go down to go up again. Or who knows, the day that the stock market doesn't ever go back again, after falling apart, then I guess that's the end of America. Because that means your economy is terrible. Um, so I personally am going to stay invested. I'm very excited to see the future. I did always say that I feel like April always tended to suck. Like at least that's what I noticed ever since I started investing, that around April, and hello, that's when taxes are due. Around the time when taxes are due, I almost always saw like a market crash of some sort, either in stocks and crypto. Like it's just not the greatest time. Whereas rallying moments, at least for crypto, is more around like December, like November, December. And then if you remember the all-time high for 4 years ago, and Bitcoin has that 4-year cycle, it was 2021 November that ETH and Bitcoin hit its all-time high. Now, again, we can't say that just because it did that 4 years ago that it has to do that this time. It might completely fall apart this year or not. But I am more optimistic in terms of crypto in that sense. And I'm excited to see if Bitcoin and Ethereum can hit a new all-time high together, maybe not the exact same day, or they could do the exact same day, I don't care. Around November, maybe even October of this year, who knows, maybe December. If it doesn't happen end of this year, though, I don't know if it will for January. Like, I'm just not going to be hopeful for January 2026 for it to randomly hit a new all-time high. But seriously, like, nobody knows anymore. But yeah, I don't think we're going to go into a recession as bad as the 08 financial, like, housing crash, and we're going to see like houses be 50% off or even 40% down anytime soon. That's my personal prediction. Let me know what you think. And also like to me, another tell of how bad the economy is like if I see there's like if the restaurants are like completely empty and no one's there, but I see, oh my god, there's so many restaurants in California that are so jam-packed and people are waiting like to get the next seat, then like it's just, to me, when restaurants are crazy hyped up and there's a lot of people going out and spending, blowing money, I just don't think we're doing that bad. So I don't think we're in a bubble. And I don't think we're going to go into a really, really bad recession as nearly as bad as 2008. That's my personal opinion on it. But even though it's a good day today in the market, okay, like stocks are up, crypto's up, and Dogecoin's doing well and all that, and everything's kind of looking good right now, even though that's happening. And Bitcoin's at like finally at $92,000. I don't believe that that means we can't have Bitcoin drop below $85,000 again. We've seen it just go kind of like a roller coaster ride up and down like crazy over since when Trump got in. So literally from like the span of January 20th to now April 22nd, it's just barely been much time, but it feels like so much is happening. And I don't think Trump is this, like, he doesn't have to do more in the crypto realm, but I hope he does. Like right now, there is no new money from the government. Like they're not taking money that they say from like the Department of Government Efficiency and saying, oh, we're going to buy new Bitcoin or anything or new Ethereum. They're not buying new crypto. So I feel like if they do that, that's when you're going to see Bitcoin go to like 150K, in my opinion, in my humble, optimistic estimate. But yeah, so until that happens, we're going to need more catalysts for Bitcoin to hit a new all-time high, Right now, there's just not that many new catalysts. So I don't see it going to a new all-time high anytime soon until something bigger, either from Trump or from somebody else or from a major company that's saying we're going to buy way more Bitcoin. Like recently, GameStop, they ended up like saying that they're going to add, I think, Bitcoin into their balance sheet, or they're going to be buying up with because they have a lot of extra cash, right? They have billions in extra cash. So they're getting crypto, or at least dabbing into it. And that was good. At least I think their stock was up for a little bit. I think it's doing okay right now. I'm waiting for Roaring Kitty, actually. I'm like, where is this guy going to be? A year ago in like, I think May, around May, that's when he did like the live stream or started tweeting again. He's disappeared for like a long time. So I'm also curious about that. We'll see what happens over there. Hi there, Roxy. So anyways, guys, my prediction is I personally think that everything is going to be okay. But it might be very, very rocky and turbulent throughout this whole year. But within these 4 years, I just don't think that Trump is going to destroy the market, because I believe he's a business person and he has a lot of business person friends. And I just don't think he is going to wreck all of that. But I do think he wants to lower the rates. So we'll see what Jerome Powell does in May, the next FOMC meeting. If he does lower those rates, I hope he does, honestly. But I do think whatever he does, whether he lowers the rates or does not, inflation is just going to keep going higher. Onlyful says, I think even today a news article on the Trump stock tech entertainment getting crypto. Yeah, just something new every single day. You got to give it to him. Like, whether you like Trump or not, he is probably the most dramatic president. Like, I wasn't around during, like, FDR or Nixon times, but I'm curious, for somebody who has lived through multiple presidents, like, is Trump the most dramatic one? Because to me, I just feel like, yeah, he's keeping things very, very entertaining in America, to say the least. Take care, guys. Thank you for watching. Smash the like button on your way out. Let me know what you predict for the future, and good luck to all of us. Good luck to all of us on the markets, whatever it is that you're chasing in life. Work hard, play hard, and like Bob Ross says, no happy accidents. Enjoy. And I do believe, like, one of the greatest things that Bob Ross does say is kind of like, you get to paint the trees. You get to, okay, that's not what he said word for word, but you get to choose, like, where you're, like, how you're painting your trees, your mountains. And it's just, your life is yours. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things to remember. It's just yours. It doesn't matter what people say about you or your life. It's just how you interpret it and how you paint it. And I hope it's a happy life.